What's going on, YouTube? It's Austin with the Semi-Saucin' channel. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty upset right now because I just recorded this entire video for 20 minutes, but I recorded it in the wrong, it was landscape, or it was portrait, not landscape. So, for quality purposes, I have to re-record it horizontally, so I'm extremely upset about that. But what's going on, you guys? This is the week 6 recap. This is essentially going over what happened last week through my Swift Academy CDL training. To be honest, last week was a bad one. It was rough. I ended up missing a couple days because I was having issues with my instructor. So to recap how everything kind of went on a day-by-day basis, we'll start on like Thursday of last week. Thursday of last week, my instructor was like, hey man, here's what's going on. We have a guy from the day shift that is struggling, and he's gonna come to the night shift and he's gonna be put in your group. So to kind of just backtrack on how that works, there's 2 shifts for the academy. You have the day shift, which is like 7 to 4. It's 8 hours long. If you do the day shift, you get your CDL in 4 weeks. Some people like myself who are still working full-time jobs in the daytime prefer to do the part-time, which is at night, which you go from like 6 to 10 at night. So you do it for 4 hours a day and you do it for 8 weeks. So it's twice as long, but your days are cut in half. So it's like you still get the same amount of time in, it's just spread out a little longer so that you can still work your job, which is what I'm doing. So this guy is like 3 weeks into his daytime. So that means when he comes over here, he's got about 6 weeks. So he's right about where I'm at, is where he should be. But my instructor's like, he's behind. He needs to come in and we're gonna try to fix him up before he tests, and so he's gonna go into your group. And the reason why he was telling me that is because I think I went over it in the last video, is I'm solo in my group. So like every other group, like the group before me has 2 people, the group coming after me has 2 people, and then the group coming after them has like 8 people. When that happens, you have to split your time up. So it's not like, oh, everybody just gets in a truck and goes around. Like when you're doing your skills, one person will go into the truck, they'll do all 3 of their skills, and then they park the truck, and then somebody else will get in the truck and they go. And so you can imagine how little time you get with the bigger groups. With 2 people, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I've seen the guys that are ahead of me doing it. But for me, I'm solo. So for the last week of me doing skills, I am in that truck the whole entire time by myself, aside from breaks and stuff like that. So I get a lot of one-on-one time, and my instructor has been very excited because it's been a long time since he's had a solo student. And so he's like, I'm going to teach you so much shit, man. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to be able to teach you stuff that you wouldn't learn with any other instructor in the academy, because of how you're gonna learn quick, you're gonna catch on to your skills and stuff, and then I'll be able to teach you some other stuff that not a lot of students get to learn because they don't have the time. So I was really excited for that, and so he's kind of bummed this guy's coming in and he's got to kind of rescue them, save them and get them ready. And Friday he got COVID, so Friday he's out till at least Wednesday. So I'm like, that's a bummer, because I was supposed to get road time on Friday, which is like super early. They wanted me on the road though, because I'm doing pretty well, I'm pretty ahead. Didn't do road time on Friday, which is fine, it's no big deal. And on Monday, the new kid showed up, and then they brought 2 instructors from the daytime. One is like the actual instructor, and one's like a mentor in training, or an instructor in training. So he's like learning from the other guy. And just to be as blunt as can be, me and him did not mesh well. Me and him just wasn't working. I wasn't feeling his attitude. I felt he was extremely condescending and degrading when he was trying to correct me in certain things. And just so you guys are aware too, if you guys are getting your CDL, or even if you go through Swift Academy, whatever it is, when you do your road test, it's commentary. So you're supposed to narrate everything you do and explain why you're doing what you're doing. So for example, if I'm driving down the road, I have to say, hey, I'm checking my windows for hazards, I'm checking my windshield to make sure it's clean and clear of obstructions, I'm checking my gauges to make sure they're at the normal operating levels. The speed limit's 45 miles per hour, my safe speed is 40 miles an hour. I'm crossing an intersection, I have to look both ways before, during, and after I cross my intersection. Stuff like that. Just a bunch of stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, red light, I'm approaching a red light, I'm going to stop before the crosswalk, stuff like that. And so there's things you're supposed to say throughout the entire time you're driving, and I understand that. I was never trying to like be defiant in that. I need to learn. There's steps to this stuff, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to be driving and telling everybody everything they're doing and why on day 1 or day 2, because that's the problems that I was having. Is he was telling me, you know, that I needed to speak more. Your driving's good, you just got to speak good, which is fine. I got done in my first day more than what most people do in the week, and I think it's because I don't want to say that I'm not tooting my own horn. I don't think everything is because I'm catching on quickly. I think my instructor was from the daytime, and like I said before, they do 8 hours a day, whereas we do 4 hours a day. So they're not used to teaching somebody that is learning at half the pace. So I think, you know, for us, when we do road time, we have one day where we're doing right turns only. We're on the main streets, but we're only doing right turns. And the next day, we're doing only left turns. And then the next day, we're doing rights and lefts. And then on the 4th, you should be on the freeway. I did right turns, left turns, and freeways on my first day. And so, again, I think it's because he's a daytime teacher, so he's not used to instructing somebody that's on half the time frame that they are. Or double the time frame, I guess you should say. But he just, you know, certain remarks he would make were just super, like, condescending. I didn't like the way that they came out and the way that I, like, received them. I didn't like it. The second day, the other instructor that has the 2 guys that are ahead of me pulled me aside and was like, hey, like, you're gonna do stuff with me today, you're not gonna go on the road. And I was like, yes, please, like, I don't want to be with this guy, like, yes, I'll do that. So I did skills. He taught me the parallel, which is huge, because now I know all 3 skills. Now all I have to do is sharpen them, little corrections, get them perfect. And the parallel, I only did it 1 time, but I got it in the cones. I would have passed if I would have done it the way I did it the first time. So now it's just sharpening, you know, getting it down packed. And then Wednesday came around, and I was texting the guys that are ahead of me, because we have a little group chat for when they go out on their own and stuff, because it's coming up. And they were like, yeah, your instructor's not here today. And I was like, So I didn't go into school that day. They had issues. The 2 guys ahead of me had issues with another instructor that had come in and had, you know, while one of their guys was on vacation, and really kind of set them back because they didn't like the way that she was teaching, which is weird because she's also a daytime teacher. So I don't know if it's just a daytime thing where they're just like super condescending. Maybe it's because they have more people. I don't know. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to just like drag somebody through the mud. I don't know them. But I could feel it affecting my progress. And so like, I don't want to go in and do 4 hours. Like I said, I'm paying to be here. So if I'm not feeling like I'm getting what I need out of this instructor, then I need to wait for my instructor to come back. And I took Wednesday off. I went back Thursday hoping that he would be there, and he was not. I went on the road again with the same guy. Super condescending, you know what I mean? Just didn't make me feel good. You know, the first turn right out the gate, he's like yelling and doing stuff like, yeah, I made the turn a little sharp. It wasn't a perfect turn. I didn't crash, didn't hit a curb, didn't do anything. It was just a little tight. And it was my first turn coming out of the academy. Other than that, everything was fine. You know what I mean? But it's just like, again, it's the talking. They want me to talk and talk and talk. And like, I have to get comfortable on the road before I talk. I have to be comfortable enough to like let my mind think about something else other than what's in front of me. If that makes sense to anybody. And I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But, and I just didn't like, you know, he made a couple comments that made me feel real stupid, you know, and I'm not stupid. I'm a very smart kid. I know what I'm doing, you know, in general, not driving. You know I don't know anything about driving yet, but like just in general. And, just made me feel real dumb. And I was just like, I don't like how this guy's making me feel. This guy's not making me feel confident. This guy's not giving me any type of positive feedback at all. No, nothing. No stimulation at all that I'm doing something right. And so I missed Friday because at that point, like, I got back from school that night. I was super defeated. No confidence. I was like, dude, I'm doubting my every move because everything that I'm doing, these guys are like wrong. And like if I'm missing something and not talking, they start talking where I should be talking, and it's like, bro, that's not helping me, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like, and especially the way they're doing it, it's like sarcastically. Like, this is what you should be saying, and it's like, stay two, bro. Give me a break. You know what I mean? I need to be comfortable driving before I can start talking and looking around at other shit. And so I took Friday off. I heard my instructor will be back on Monday. I hope he's back on Monday because I don't like missing stuff either. I don't call out of work. I don't miss school. I really am trying to like be fully attentive. But at the same time, if my learning is in jeopardy, then I need to be on top of that. You know. Same thing with skills. We came back on Thursday night and did skills after driving, and I would, my instructor taught me how to do a correction. If I was doing, let's say, an offset and I wasn't perfectly straight, he taught me how to get the trailer straight. You have a pull forward that you can do because you get 2 of them before you start losing points. You do a pull forward, get it straight, and then hit the straight back, and you've executed your maneuver. And I'm trying to do that, and they're like telling me not to do it, and that's wrong. And that's where I have a problem, because now these instructors that are temporary are like trying to change the way that I was taught. And that's the only feedback I'll give to them. I don't want to drag them through the mud. I don't know them more than the 2 days I've been with them, But you need to change your attitude when you're talking to your students. This is school. This isn't boot camp. You know what I mean? You don't need to be condescending and making people feel stupid and degrading, because all you're going to do is put a bunch of people out on the road that are not confident, and they're going to crash. And people are going to get hurt. Secondly, if you know you're a temporary instructor, you need to not try to change the way that this student is taught to do something by the original instructor. Because what's going to happen is he's going to say, hey, don't do it this way, do it this way. And I'm going to say, okay, because he's the guy that's literally instructing me for the next couple days. And then when my instructor comes back, he's going to be like, what the hell are you doing? This isn't what I taught you. And now I'm taught 3 different times the same move that I've known for 3 weeks. It's redundant. It's stupid. And so it's like, that's aggravating as a student to like be taught 3 different times because your instructors aren't on the same page. That's frustrating. So I'm hoping that my instructor's back Monday so that I'm going to wash week 6 away. It was a clean slate. I missed half of it. It happens. I wasn't comfortable. Whatever. Week 7. This is week 7, guys. Going into week 7 is exciting because that means I only have 2 weeks left. Week 7, week 8. And then I'm taking my CDL test. And shout out to Johan and shout out to Gerardo, my 2 buddies that are a week ahead of me. They are testing on Monday. So they will be testing on Monday. By my next video, they will have their CDL. And they will probably be in Top Gun, or I don't know if they're going to do Top Gun or if they're going to go just straight through mentorship for a little bit longer. I'm not sure. But good luck to you guys. We've become friends in such a short amount of time, and I'm wishing you guys the best of luck. You guys are going to pass no problem. And yeah, 2 more weeks. So it'll be the week 7 review, which I'll go over week 7. It'll be the week 8 review. And then it'll be the week 9 video will probably just be really short of me getting my CDL, maybe a little celebratory vlog type style. And then week 10, I think, will be Top Gun. And then after Top Gun, I'm on the road. I'm doing mentorship. I'm hoping that my mentor is on a dedicated route like I am. And that way I can kind of learn the ropes on what the accounts look like and what their processes are. But I'm also going to try to talk to driver qualifications because I've heard that there's other dedicated routes we can get that have better home time, where I'm only gone for 2 days instead of 5. But again, that's not here nor there. It's something that we'll approach that bridge when we get there. But other than that, guys, it's still a positive experience. I know this was kind of a negative video, but it's got to be honest. This is a feedback of my experience. And so if I had a bad week, I had a bad week. That's 1 week out of 6 so far. The last 5 weeks have been great. And I'm sure that when my instructor comes back, the next 2 are going to be great. Had 1 bad week, 1 bad apple, can't ruin the whole thing. So I'm still positive. I'm still excited about the experience. I'm not like looking for jobs or anything. I'm going to show up on Monday just fine. I'm going to have to do a couple extra hours anyways to make up for the time that I missed, so that when my instructor's back, I'm going to do overtime with this guy to make sure that I get all the experience that I need. But other than that, that was about it for week 6. I know there wasn't much to it. I know it's really negative. I don't really want to put negative videos out there, but it has to be honest. So that's it, man. If you guys are still liking the content that I'm putting out, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you know when the next video is coming out. And on top of that, leave some comments in the comments below, you know, some feedback, or if you guys are in the process of getting your CDL or want to get your CDL and you guys have questions about Swift Academy or just the process, the training and stuff like that, let me know. I'm not an expert, but I can help you guys. So just leave some feedback in the comments, leave questions in the comments, and I'll be sure to address them in the next video. All right, guys? Love, peace, chicken grease. I'll see you guys in the next one.